Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jessica Walters, the Health Fitness Program Manager at Miter and McLean, and I am here to guide you through today's 45-minute mind-body connection. We're just going to go for a nice total body stretch today. So thank you for coming. Find some space for yourself on the floor. We're going to get started in Sukhasana Easy Pose, which is sitting cross-legged mostly, but we've got 4 amazing minutes till we get started, so feel free to lay down on the floor, to just do whatever you want. Start to focus on your breath, on yourself, and thank you guys so much for coming and making this time for you. Till we get started. Ooh, feeling that stretch already. Chilly in here. It's okay. Is it okay? One more minute. Get cozy, you guys. Go back. Please be good, everyone. Please stay as cozy as you are right now. And let's go ahead and do some awesome breath focused movement, you guys. Thanks for coming. It's me, Jessica, the Health Fitness Program Manager from Miter McLean, and we're starting off today in a seated position. So if you're laying down, please go ahead, find your way into the seated position of your choice. If you can come into some sort of a cross-leg position starting here in easy pose, I absolutely encourage you to. If you find that sitting flat on the floor is uncomfortable, please grab a pillow or a folded up blanket or a wrapped up towel, something that you can sit on so that your knees just kind of start to relax down towards the floor, particularly if you find that sitting in a cross-legged position has your knees all the way up towards your chest. Just sitting up on something can help you to begin releasing them down towards the floor. Okay, and experiment with what feels right for you today. Right leg crossed over left, left leg crossed over right. Do you always do the same thing? Maybe think about trying something a little bit different. And then whichever comfortable seated position you went for, I want you to start to ground your sit bones into whatever you're sitting on. Start to focus on your breath, focus on relaxing your mind. Take a moment like a cat, meow. Clear your mental desk, just everything that's coming up for the day. Forget about it. This is your you time to truly just focus on yourself. Feel free to close your eyes or just find one spot to focus your eyes in front of you. You can have your hands relax gently on your thighs. Just taking this time right now to come into your breath, into yourself, into your own quiet space. Take a couple moments and just notice, how's your body feeling today? And remember that every day can be different. Notice if you're really tilting forward or leaning back. And do the best you can to just stack your head on top of your heart, shoulders on top of your hips. Begin to find some length through the crown of your head, up towards the ceiling above you, continuing to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Do your best to not allow your shoulders to creep back up to your ears on your inhale. Just continued lifted length. If your back is already starting to feel tired, really make sure that you have that engagement of your abdominal core, pulling that belly button in, finding some strength, some contraction in the front can help the back feel good, and same with vice versa. All right, gently begin to flutter your eyes open. And bring your hands, palms, closer towards the end of your legs by your knees so you can start to straighten your arms out. I want you to really press those hands, palms in towards your knees, taking a nice lift of your chest up like a string is pulling on your sternum to find as much lifted length as you can here, even rolling those shoulders down and back, starting to squeeze your elbows together. Notice if you took a real arch of your back here, so just a gentle tucking of that pelvis under to create as straight of a line as you can with those nice straight arms. Hang out here for just a couple more breaths. Awesome. We're going to keep this lift with our chest. Go ahead, bend your elbows and start drawing your elbows back behind you, keeping your hands, palms right on your thighs. Your thumbs can come close to, or maybe they're touching in your hip creases, just to really work to open that chest, engaging your back. Notice if you're stretching your chin all the way up towards the ceiling, keep that chin nice and neutral to your chest as well. Bring a smile to your face. Enjoy this deep stretch, activating your back. Take one more deep inhale. And on your exhale, relax your shoulders down, bend your elbows, this time bringing your thumbs towards your chest. We're gonna graze by our ears as we stretch all the way up towards the ceiling, palm faces in towards each other. Go ahead, bring your hands, palms together, and just cross your thumbs. With those thumbs crossed, squeeze your hands, palms, eliminate the room for lighter air. Pull your belly back in, ground your sit bones into your mat, and then squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Create as much space as you can between your shoulders and your ears. Did your hands come forward a lot? Can you bring your hands back, biceps touching with your ears to help open your chest? But make sure you're not overarching that back. So again, gently tucking the pelvis, pulling the belly in, staying as stacked as you can. Stretch those fingers up towards the ceiling. One more deep inhale. Keep your hands, palms clasped on your exhale. Bend at your elbows. And stretch your fingers down towards the floor. Turn your chin down towards your chest. Keep stretching those elbows up towards the ceiling. Just the best that you can with your body today, still creating as long of a line as you can here, while still stretching those elbows up. Can you pull your shoulders down away from your ears? There's no pressure on the back of your neck. If you find you're placing pressure on the back of your neck, you can uncross your thumbs and point your fingers down towards the floor, individual fingers on your shoulders. Keep looking down at the floor, maybe towards your knees. 2 more breaths right here. On your next exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest and stretch your elbows forward towards the camera or whatever you're watching me on. Create a nice C curve here, really opening up the shoulder blades, stretching those elbows forward as much as you can. Keep that stomach sucked in nice and tight. Feel free to sink down as much as feels good for you while still stretching those elbows forward. Stretch those elbows, even squeeze them together for your last 3 breaths right here. On your next inhale, stretch all the way up towards the ceiling. Stretch your fingers back up towards the ceiling. Reach through your fingers. Oh, maybe even turning your head from side to side as you just rain those fingers down, finding the stretch. That feels best for you today. Oh my gosh. All the way down. Fingertips come down right by your hips. Just reaching towards the floor the best that you can. Especially if it's away from you, no worries. Make sure you're not rounding your shoulders right here. So once again, squeezing those shoulder blades together, opening your chest like that string is stretching right from your sternum, lifting you towards the ceiling. Keep that chin gently tucked. We're going to take our right hand fingertips and stretch them away from us as we drop our left ear to our left shoulder. And you can stay right here, just reaching your right hand fingertips away from you. I do encourage you to take them up off of the floor to create a little bit more of a stretch. If you want an even deeper stretch, flex those fingertips back towards your face and start pressing through the palm of your hand. You're gonna feel a nice stretch on your forearm as well. If that's too much for you, think about bringing your hand back down, closer towards your hip to decrease that stretch. Hang out for 3, 2, shoulders away from ears, 1. Awesome. Bring your chin back to neutral. Right hand fingertips stretching towards the floor. Stretch your left hand away from you. Find that stretch and drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And you can hang out right here and you can bring those fingertips back in line close by your hips if you need to. But if you want a bigger stretch, press through your heel of your palm. Flex all 5 fingers of your hand, touching each other back towards your face. Relax those shoulders away from your ears. Engage your back, engage your belly for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Relax your hands back down towards the floor. Bring your head back up to neutral. Just take a couple circles with those shoulders. Oh my. Normal to hear that cracking and that crunching 2 more times around in this direction. And then go ahead, change direction of those shoulder circles. Make sure that you're still finding some length through the crown of your head to the ceiling above you. Ooh, that engagement of your abdominal cord, that was a big squeeze. 2 more. Awesome. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Find a comfortable place to rest your hands. It can be on your thighs, palms up, palms down. It can be at the center of your lap, whatever feels good for you. Once again, make sure you're not overarching that back, that your pelvic bowl is full of water. However, you've grounded yourself down towards the mat. All right, just a little bit more with our neck. Let's go ahead and start to make some circles. Start with your nose, as small as you can, really making the circles with your nose and allowing the rest of your head and your neck to follow. Coming out a little bit wider each time you go around, like you're making a swirl, like a giant lollipop. I haven't even seen one of those giant lollipops in a long time. They always looked so tempting, but they always tasted so gross. The idea of a piece of candy that you keep licking for days. No. All right, one more time in this direction. Nice and big. And once your ear comes to your shoulder or chin comes to your chest as you're ready, go ahead, change direction of your circles. This time, still leading with your nose, starting out really big. And each time through, tracing the rings of that flavorless, gross lollipop all the way back to the center. All right, and you're there. Great. One more time, I want you to go ahead, bring your hands, palms to the end of your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest. Let's come right back into some of those same stretches we did a moment ago, just feeling a little bit more warmed up. So arms are straight, pulling shoulders away from your ears, tucking your chin towards your chest, looking towards your belly button, the center line of your body. Go ahead, take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time as your palms draw back up your thighs. That string will lift your sternum up towards the ceiling. Elbows squeeze together. Don't overarch that back. Don't stretch that chin too far up towards the ceiling. Neutral towards your chest. Squeezing those elbows together. Take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, bend your elbows. Trace up by your ears. Stretch all the way up towards the ceiling. This time we're going to place our hands, palms up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to pull down on one side, drawing that elbow as far down towards your hip as feels good, and then pushing back up. As if you are pressing through like marshmallow soup. Why is like candy? Candy and junk totally on my mind right now. All the sweet stuff, you guys. Roar, like it's so hard. You have to go so slow to gently pull down, feeling that engagement in your back and your shoulders. Also in that belly still, last time each side. Oh, so nice. Great, then go ahead, bring those hands, palms in towards each other. Bend at your elbows once more. You're going to interlace your fingers so that your thumbs can come onto your neck and give yourself a nice massage here on your neck. Free massage, you guys. Oh my, just find those kinks, those spots. Don't look at my face right now. That feel really good for you. And just gently massage your neck with your thumbs. Feel free to tuck your chin towards your chest. Take your time. We're all going to meet with our chins tucked towards our chest. And as you're ready, start to squeeze those elbows together. Find some stillness of your personal massage. Squeezing elbows together, stretching elbows forward, drawing that belly button back towards your spine as tight as you can make it. Keep stretching elbows forward, pulling your belly in. Take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, lift yourself up, round up one vertebrae at a time. Still keeping those hands, palms against the back of your head. This time, open those elbows out nice and wide. Chest sternum is lifted, but pull that belly in, ground your sit bones, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Don't overarch your back. Not too much pressure of your hands, palms against the back of your head. Take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, release, stretch out, find the stretch that feels good for you. Oh my gosh, as we get our hands back down towards the floor. Great, we're gonna hinge forward. So start to walk your hands, palms forward, walk your hands forward as much as you can, as feels good for you, while keeping those sit bones grounded on whatever it is that you're sitting on. Feel free, if you want to, also to remove whatever it is that you're sitting on to get a little bit more of a stretch right here. I found I couldn't quite get the stretch in my upper back, my mid-upper back that I wanted while I was still lifted because I couldn't get my head as close towards the floor or tucked towards my chest. So feel free to make whatever adjustment feels good for you, only reaching as far forward as you can while still feeling both of your butt cheeks touching the mat. So you might need to walk yourself a little further in than I am. Take a couple more breaths right here. And then go ahead, walk your hands all the way over to the right. as far as you can walk to the right while still keeping that left sit bone grounded into your mat. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. You can keep your hands side by side. You can place one hand on top of the other. I have my right hand on top of my left so that I can really create a stretch from my hand palm up towards my shoulder and from my shoulder all the way down through my sit bone, through my hip. Just relaxing, releasing into the stretch, maybe pushing a little more at the end right here. Take one more nice deep inhale. Exhale it out, find your movement all the way to the other side. Coming over only as far as you can while keeping your right sit bone down in the mat. So whichever side that your hand palms are on, you want the other side sit bone pressing down into the mat. Option once again to keep your hands side by side, pressing your hands palms or maybe the pads or tips of your fingers into the floor, placing one hand on top of the other, really working to create the stretch, pushing through your hand palm, through your shoulder, stretching that sit bone down, creating a little bit more of a stretch all along your back. One more deep inhale right here. Enjoy your exhale. And come on back to center. Lift yourself up. Just take a moment right here. Stack your head over your heart. Stack your ears over your hips. Take a moment once again in your stillness. Great. Let's take a little spine twist and then we'll move into a little more focus on the legs. So gently begin to bring your right hand fingertips behind you close by the base of your spine or wherever you can reach for today as you bring your left hand fingertips to the outside of your right knee. Press your sit bones into the floor. Suck your stomach in. Open your shoulders and open your chest. And after you've done all of that, start to twist. Don't even turn your head yet though. Find the twist in your core, in your shoulders, in your chest. And once you can't twist anymore, come back into your lifted length, belly engaged, and then turn your chin over towards your right shoulder. So important to really create the lift and the length to engage your muscles and then come a little bit deeper into the twist instead of just twisting and then trying to straighten things out. From there, you'll be able to enjoy a deeper stretch, a safer stretch, by just practicing that teeny bit of mindfulness. Take one more nice deep inhale, and on your exhale, walk your fingertips back 4 or 5 steps. Get your pads of your fingers or your hands palm back on your mat. Bend your right elbow. Come a little bit deeper into your twist. So your right shoulder's drawing back, your left shoulder's drawing forward. You can encourage it as much as you want by bending that elbow more, even pressing your left hand fingertips against the outside of your right thigh. Oh my gosh, find what feels good. Pull those shoulders from your ears, create your length, and change. Straighten your arm out, walk your fingertips back in, take your time. This is not a race. And slowly come back towards the center. Let's just give ourselves a couple shoulder rolls right here. Shake it out. All right, and then let's come into the other side. So grounding your sit bones, pulling your belly in, shoulders away from ears. Left hand comes close by the base of your spine. Right hand comes to the outside of your thigh. Press into the floor. Gently, you can press onto the outside of your thigh, pull your shoulders away from your ears, suck your stomach in, open your chest, engage your back, and then rotate from your core. Eyes still forward to begin with, stretch up through the crown of your head, ground your sit bone, pull your belly in once more, and then on your exhale, gently turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Take the full exhale to get there. Maybe it's even going to take you more than one exhale to as slow as you can Find that full twist. But make sure as you came into your twist that you didn't collapse your shoulders down. You're not rounding down and forward. You're really creating a nice lift and length starting from your butt. I know, so awesome. All right, so just focusing your eyes on one spot. Get ready to use your breath. We're going to walk your left hand fingertips back on your exhale. Take it back 4 or 5 steps. Pads of your fingers or hands, palms come down towards the mat. Bend at your elbow. Gaze deeply into the bird's cage and see she doesn't like chili peppers. Stop giving them to her. Take one more nice deep inhale. And then change on your exhale, straighten your arm out, take your time, press back into your fingers, walk your hand palm back forward, your core is still engaged as you bring yourself forward once more. Yay, go ahead, bring your hands by your hips, kick your legs out in front of you. Oh, bob your knees, windshield wipe your feet just a couple times. And then go ahead, bend your legs up. All right, once more, we're just gonna windshield wipe our knees right and left right here, and I encourage you to start walking your heels out a little bit wider than your hips. We're gonna come into like a modified deer pose. So you'll have to experiment with your own body today to see where you're going to place your hands, palms, how deep of a stretch you want. But as you're ready, let's go ahead and drop those knees over to the right side of the mat. I'm going to walk my hands in closer towards my hips so that I can sit myself up a little bit deeper. Don't feel like you need to bring everything in super close. If you want to come more into a proper deer pose and make some readjustments right here, you can, but you can also keep it up nice and wide. If you walk those hands, palms in, just like before, lift your chest sternum. Just keep thinking about a string pulling you up to help open your shoulders, find that lift, find that engagement of your belly, and see if you can lean a little bit more into this left side. Still stretching the outside of your right knee down towards the mat. Press those pads of your fingers into the floor. Smile. Take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, walk your hands back a little bit. Go ahead, bring the soles of your feet back to the floor. Windshield wipe your knees once more. All right, and let's allow the knees to gently fall over to the left side this time. Maybe you're staying back on your hands, palms, still just working to lift that chest. Maybe your thighs, your knees don't come down towards the mat, and that's okay. Just finding the stretch that you can hold today. Walking yourself up a little bit can help you to get that inner thigh of your right leg onto the mat, and then just working with your breath to exhale that right glute back down. To find what you can today, lift your chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together, pull shoulders away from your ears, engage your belly, focus your eyes, relax your mind, enjoy the stretch. One more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, walk your hands back once more. Windshield wipe those knees. Yay. Let's come onto all fours and do a little bit of cat-cow. A little bit of cat-cow. Coming onto all fours. Hands, palms underneath of your shoulders. Feel free to spread those fingers nice and wide like a starfish. Hips stacked on top of your knees, or the best that you can, whatever that feels like today. Awesome. Go ahead, press your hands into the floor. Press that fleshy part between your thumb and your pointer finger as you come on into cat, and feel free to take some extra shakes and shimmies here in cat. And as you change your breath coming down into cow, every posture that you come into, really focus on creating that space between your shoulders and your ears. Keeping that engagement of your abdominal core, keeping your belly pulled in nice and tight is going to help that back continue to feel good. Even engagement of your core right down here in cow. I'm still working on pulling that lower belly in the whole time. Secret ab work. Awesome. Just a couple more times right here, cat cow, whatever feels good for you. If you're going for any sort of hip circles, just make sure to do the same thing on one side that you do with the other. Well, let's do something fun. Let's have fun. Okay. Come on back onto your heels for just a second. Let's just warm up our wrists a little bit. So just making some circles with your wrists in one direction. Making some circles with your wrists in the other direction. I know for a lot of people, applying pressure into your wrists while being here in like even cat-cow, down dog, can be really uncomfortable. We're all not necessarily in the most ergonomic of situations right now. So let's just wake up this area. All right, so next you're going to place the back of your hands down on the mat. Fingertips are pointing towards your knees, and just gently apply a little bit of pressure onto the back of your hands. You can still pull those shoulders away from your ears, maybe coming up off the knees a little bit more. Just finding what feels good for you today, only applying as much pressure as feels good. Take a nice deep inhale, and exhale, lift yourself up slowly. Awesome. Go ahead, bring your fingers together. Just gonna do a little spider mudra right here. Waking up those fingertips a little bit. Great. Stretch your right hand out in front of you and pull your right hand fingertips back to your face. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Lift your chest. Drop your right hand down. Pulling right below the knuckle on the back of my palm. You can pull on the fingertips as well. Switch other side, so left hand fingertips first, palm facing away from you, shoulders away from your ears. Still engage your core while we hang out here on our knees. If you need to be right here hanging out on your knees because sitting and kneeling is uncomfortable, please do. And then flex in the opposite direction, palm facing towards you. Great, shake it out. All right, back onto our wrists, a little warm up there. So let's go ahead and get some bird dog in here. Let's start off though with just a twist. So turn your chin towards your right shoulder, look towards your right hip. Pull that belly in, press your knees, your hands, palms into the floor. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, slowly rotate around to the other side, turning your chin towards your left shoulder. One more nice deep inhale. And exhale, eyes down towards the floor. Okay, keep your right knee and your left hand grounded into the mat. Just gonna turn. All right, stretch your left leg out behind you and your right hand in front of you. Find as much length as you can. Make some circles with your ankle, with your wrist in one direction. And then the other direction. And go ahead, release your right hand, left knee down towards the mat. Extend your right leg out behind you, point through your toe, squeeze your glute, press into your hand palm, send your left hand in front of you. Find a nice stretch and then create some circles in one direction. Eyes face down towards the floor in the other direction. Keep those wrinkles out of your neck. Press into the hand palm of the hand that you have on the floor, not just the fingertips. Engage more of your back and release your left hand back down towards the mat. All right, give yourself a couple cat-cows right here. Shake it out. We're going to get a little more active, you guys. Okay, so once again, keeping your left hand, right knee down on the mat. We're gonna come on back into bird dog, extending your right hand in front of you, left knee behind you, press into your hand palm, pull your shoulders away from your ears, activate your belly, take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, bring your elbow and knee to crunch underneath of you. Inhale, extend, exhale, crunch, inhale, extend, exhale, crunch, two more, inhale, extend, exhale, crunch. Last one, inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. One more extension. Great. From here, you're going to bend your left knee. Sole of the foot facing up towards the ceiling. Reach your right hand back behind you and do your best to reach for your left foot. I'm grabbing hold by the pinky toe. Once again, press into your left hand palm. Pull shoulders away from your ears. Opening up from the hip a little bit, squeezing your glute, pointing that left toe up towards the ceiling. Kick. Take a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, release back down. Relax your hand away from your foot. Extend everything back out into bird dog. Find your nice long stretch. Press into your left hand palm. And then release your right hand. Left knee down towards the mat. Cat-cow it out. Find the stretch that feels good for you. Yeah, getting a little warm right here. Nice work. Okay, let's go ahead and do the same thing on the opposite side. So this time, right hand palm, left knee. Stay down on your mat. Go ahead, extend your left leg behind you. Make sure you have space. Extend your right leg. Left hand in front of you. Press into your hand palm, not just the fingertips. Activate your back, suck your stomach in. Find your length. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, crunch. Elbow and knee touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Eyes to the floor, ears away from shoulders. Inhale, extend. Press into your hand palm. Exhale, crunch. Last two. Inhale, extend. Stretch, reach. Exhale, crunch. Final one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. One more extension. Stretch through your fingers. Stretch through your toes. Ground your hand on your knee into the mat. Bend your right leg. Reach your left hand back. See if you can grab hold of your foot. Maybe you're just reaching towards it. That's totally okay. If you can grab hold, start to lift that right knee up. Press into your right hand palm. Open your chest. Eyes still on the floor. Kick those toes up. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower yourself down. Release your hands. Stretch back out into bird dog. Then exhale, left hand down on your mat, right knee down. Let's go ahead, send your hips back towards your heels. Take a moment right here in child's pose. Wide leg or closed leg, whatever feels best for you today. Relax that head down towards the floor. Back to your breath. Come back to the same slow, relaxed breath that we had to begin with. I know your heart might be racing just a little bit after bird dog crunch. Little bow action. So focus on slowing down your inhale just a little bit longer. Really making sure that you're expanding your full lung capacity. Hold it. And then exhale even slower than you inhaled. Even if it's just half a second longer. Great. Bring yourself back up into tabletop. Let's get a nice little hip opener here. We're going to bring our right foot forward, but then I want you to wiggle your right foot out to the right, a little bit wider than you normally would have. Still going to bring it forward though. We're going to take this rounding out of our back that we have right here. Wiggling that foot forward, pushing into our hips. Go ahead, bring your hand up towards your right thigh if you can. If you want, even bring your hand up towards your hips, and you can stay right here. Your hips, this is your chest. You can stay right here, or for a little more active of a stretch, tuck those left toes under, lift that left knee back up off the floor, weight is in your front right heel. For 3, 2, 1. Gently release that left knee back down towards the mat. Untuck your toes. Bring your left hand down towards the mat, just about in front of your left knee. Stretch that right arm up towards the ceiling. Still hinging forward at your hips in this nice hip opener. Shoulders pulled away from your ears. Find your length. Take one more nice deep inhale. And your exhale, bring your right hand back down inside of the right foot. Go ahead and walk your hands back towards your knee. See if you can keep that right toe down on the mat to begin with. You can bring your hands to the outside of your leg. Oh, if you want to get more of a stretch on the back of your leg, press your right toes back towards your face. And you do have the option to round down here as much as you want to. Focus on keeping that belly pulled and tight. Really rounding down as opposed to just collapsing onto that knee. So chin is tucking towards your chest like you would place your forehead on your knee. For 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring ourselves back forward. And this time we're going to come into pigeon. So you're going to wiggle your right foot all the way across your mat. You're going to slowly lower yourself down. And you can have your heel, the more that your heel is in line with your knee, the more that you're really going to feel this on the outside of your right leg performance. But if you need to, go ahead and fold that right leg in as much as you find that you desire. Let's take a moment right here in a nice lifted pigeon or half pigeon. So do your best to square your shoulders with the top of your mat right here. Create a little bit of a deeper twist and use your breath. Relax. Option to fold forward, come into a little bit deeper stretch as you want. Awesome. For 3, 2, 1. Tuck your left toes under. Press up into that left leg. Send your right leg back to meet with your left. Taking a moment right here in plank. Eyes forward in front of you. Take the wrinkles out of your shoulders. Pull out of your shoulders. Out of your neck. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep inhale. Setting your hips up towards the ceiling. Just a moment here in down dog. Feel free to open your feet nice and wide. Bend one knee and the other. Pedaling your heels. Spreading your inner thighs towards the wall behind you. As if I grabbed hold at your hips and I yanked them up towards the ceiling. Pressing into your hands, palms. Biceps by your ears, as straight of a line as you can create. Maybe shaking your hips left and right. Awesome. Go ahead, bend your knees, bring them back down towards the mat. And let's go ahead and get the other side. So just bringing that left foot up and forward, out nice and wide. Shimmy it forward as much as you need to, starting with those hands on the inside as we shift our hips forward. Find that length. Pull your shoulders away from your ears if you can. Bring your hands up towards your thigh. You can stay right here. Or you can tuck the back toes under and lift up off of the right knee. Try not to apply too much pressure here onto your thigh. If you're there, weight in the front. Heel. Make sure you're not opening your hips towards the opposite wall. So hips are squared forward towards the top of your mat. Take another nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, go ahead, bring that right knee back down. Untuck your toes. We're going to walk our hands back. Walk our hands back in a nice half split. Try to keep those toes down if you can. Creating as much of a C curve as possible. So pulling your belly away from your thighs. Belly comes away from your thighs. Stomach is sucked in. Chin can be tucked. Forehead can come towards knee. Or feel free to be really lifted right here. Your big old C curve. Oh my gosh, that feels amazing. Option to flex your toes all the way back towards your face. Make sure you're not shifting too much weight towards whatever your back leg is. Go ahead and take one more nice deep inhale. And exhale, walk yourself back forward. Wiggle that left leg to the right side of your mat as you lower yourself down once again. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Into pigeon. And remember, both sides of our body is different. It was really easy for me to get my right leg pretty straight with the top of my mat. It is not easy for me to get my left leg straight. So just honoring what your body can do. And here we come, starting off with our nice lifted half pigeon. Really working to send that left hip back. So hips are squared with the mat. Turning your chest. Chest is squared with the mat as well, as opposed to opening up towards the side of whichever leg that you have extended behind you. Option to come on down as far as feels good for you today. Just a couple more breaths right here. All right, 3, 2, yourself back up. If you went down, bring your hands by your hips. I know, turning my back to you. Windshield wipe those knees. You're going to come onto our backs. Come on to your backs, you guys. Let's enjoy a nice long Savasana. Starting off with one more hip opener, so come on into your reclined bound angle. So the soles of the feet touch. Find where your feet feel past. Maybe they feel good far away from you. Ooh, that's a nice stretch right up here. Maybe you enjoy having your legs a little bit closer towards the center line of your body. Feel that a little bit more. Actual hip flexors. Everybody's body is different, so find where the stretch feels good for you. Where do you feel a stretch? Enjoy it. Find some stillness in your stretch right now. 1 minute right here, recline bound angle. Every time you really practice that yoga breathing here at the end, in through your nose and out through your nose. Can you keep your mouth closed and still find your relaxed, deep breath? Work to make your breath so relaxed and still and quiet that the person next to you, if there is someone, or anyone else in the room, can't even hear you breathing. You can stay right here in recline bound angle, or feel free to kick your legs out as wide as comfortable. Spread your arms out as wide as feels good for you as we come into our final Savasana. One more opportunity for just complete stillness, mental focus, breath, relaxation. Just allowing the belly to rise and fall. Inhaling in all of that positive energy and light. Exhaling out all of the tension and darkness. As the stress leaves your body, you sink heavier and heavier into the mat, feeling more and more relaxed, like you're sinking into warm sand. Feel free to hear this final Savasana for as long as it feels good for you. If you have the time, try to be here for at least 5 minutes. But if you're like me and you have someplace else to be, go ahead and take a little wiggle of your fingers, wiggle of your toes, flutter your eyes open. And find your way back to a seated position. Maybe on your knees towards your chest and rocking out like a ball, or rolling over onto your side and pressing yourself up. Take one more opportunity to bring your hands palms to the center of your chest. Squeeze your hands palms together in Namaste. As you tuck your chin, you honor yourself for making this time, this space, for creating energy. Thank you guys so much for coming and sharing it with not just me, but with each other. I can't wait to see you guys all again soon. If you have any aches or pains or anything that needs attention, please reach out to me or anyone at the Fitness Center. I hope you have the most